Hi and welcome everyone, and in this video we will start by learning what are variables and constants in Swift 3. So basically this is our Xcode opening window, and instead of creating our Xcode project we will create a playground. So basically playground is a file in which you can practice your Swift language. So basically let's click the first option, which is get started with playground. It will open a new dialog box. It will ask for your name, so let's name it variables and constants, and the platform is obviously iOS, and press next. And it will ask you where you want to save this file. We can just create this file on desktop, and you can see that it has created a playground for us. So basically on the left side of this playground you can write code, and here this is the right side, small side, right side, and here you will see the output of the code that you have written. So let's wait till it finish loading. It is now running our file, so that we will see the output on the right side. So let's remove this code which is given to us. So now we will start by learning what are variables in Swift 3. So basically variables are containers in which we can store any type of values. It can be a number, or it can be a number with a decimal value, or you can store strings in a variable. So basically strings are your name, your city name, or your address, which you can store in a single variable. So first we will start by creating an integer variable which can store a number. So we have to just type a keyword which is var, which means variable, and then we have to type the name of the variable that we want. So let's say I want to store my age, so the name of the variable will be age, and after that you have to just use this colon sign, and you have to define what type of variable is this. So this is an integer, so I will just hit int, and after pressing equal to we can give any value that you want. So let's say my age is 25, we can just hit 25. So now we have created a variable called age, which is of type integer and which has a value 25. We can also do this step in two lines. So how we will do is, we will just age, we will create variable, and let's this variable is date, and it is of type int. And on the next line what we can do is, we can do date equal to, let's say, 20. So this is the second method by which we can create an integer variable. Basically I prefer this way, and there is an additional option provided to you by Swift, which is you can hide the type of the variable, because Swift language has the capability that it will automatically recognize what type of variable is this. So you can do variable. So let's remove this and let's create it again. We can do variable date and just equal to 20. So now what Swift will do is, it will automatically make sure that this is an integer variable, because it is storing an integer value. You can, if you want to check what type of variable is this, you can hold the option or the alt key and click on the variable, and you can see that it is of type int. Here you can see that. So this was how you create integer variable in Swift. Now let's see how we can create double or strings in Swift. So we have to just use the same keyword, which is var, and then we have to type the name of our variable. So let's say it is amount, and it is of type double, and it is equal to 100.02. Let's create a second double by a shorthand method. So we can do this variable, and let's say amount2 and just equal to 25.62. So now let's check what is the type of the variable amount2 by holding the option key and clicking, and you can see that it is of type double. So this is how we create variables in Swift 3. So we can also create strings, but we will look about strings in our next video. So this was about how we can create different variables in Swift. Now we will see how we can create constants. So basically variables and constants are almost same, but the major difference is that the value of the variable can be changed, but the value of the constant cannot be changed in our lifetime of our program. So basically, let's say we have assigned our age to be 25, and now we can change our age to have any value like 100. But if age was a constant, this would be an error because a constant cannot have its value to be changed. So let's see how we can create constants. So instead of var we use a keyword called let. Let means it is a constant, and all the things are similar. So let's create a constant, and let's say it is also an age. It is of type int, and let's assign the value to be 30. So let's say we want to change this value, so let's try, and you can see that age, let's assign it to 35 and press enter. So you can see that on the left side you can see a red mark, so this denotes an error, and also on top of that you can see that this is 1, which means there is one error in our file. So just click this, and you can see that cannot assign to value, age is a let constant, which is telling us that age is a constant, so we cannot assign it again. And here is the easy fix, which is change let to var to make it mutable, which means if you want to change the age, then instead of making this let, we have to make this a variable. So let's remove this line. So now we will let's see an example on how we have to create a double constant in this. Let's say it is an amount of type double, and let's say amount is 123.67. If you try to change its value, it will again show an error. So let's see that in action. Let's say it is 100. You can see that now it will display an error. So the error is same, which is cannot assign to a constant value. So let's remove this line. So this was basically about creating variables and constants in the Swift 3 language. In the next video we will see how we can create strings, variable strings as well as constant strings, and we will also learn about different functions and methods which we can use on strings which are provided by Apple. See you in the next video.